Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. All right, friends, so for this DIY, we are going to start here with this vase that was $1.99 at the Goodwill. And although it had a very nice design on it, I wanted to give it a little something more bright and a little bit more textured. So I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree caulk and I am going to literally spread it all over. This is actually very therapeutic and kind of fun. I can also see this being fun to do with kids, but messy. Messy. So as you can see, I'm wearing a glove, but it does come off with water, but it's just easier to wear a glove. And I'm just going to spread it evenly. It doesn't have to be really thick. A thin layer is fine. Once you have it spread out evenly, I just took literally one of those shopping plastic bags, rolled it up into a knot, and then started twisting like in circles. Now you really can't see it here because of the color underneath the vase, so the original color of the vase. But once I start painting it, you're going to start seeing that texture. So I'm just going to start to, again, roll around in a circle all over the place, kind of like staggering them as evenly as possible, and then let it dry. I let it dry overnight, but you really don't have to. It's just the way my schedule was working this day. It will dry in a couple hours, and you can paint over it. So as you can see, nothing very technical, nothing very difficult, just twist around, and you can see there my bag kind of came off. It's fine. It's no big deal. And what's the worst that can happen? If you mess up, you just roll it all over again, spread it around, and start all over. So I'm just going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, and you can start to see there the beautiful texture and design that it's going to have. And I gotta say, I put this one first because it truly is one of my favorite. There's something about taking a vase or anything else and giving it texture that I really enjoy and really love. And that's why I do it here in my channel often. But look how beautiful that texture is. It almost looks like flowers. I just love it. And again, 2 coats was all that I did. You can always dry brush another color on top. You can do all kinds of things. In this video, I'm going to keep things bright and airy and do a lot of things in white, but you can certainly take the inspiration and do any other color you'd like. But look how beautiful this vase turned out.
I wanna get to your clothes, gotta get it right now. I wanna push all the limits with you right now. So watch your feelings, the city's screaming, we're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in the world, gotta get it right now.
Friends, I'm so excited because today's video is part of the Trash to Treasure Hop, hosted by my friend Sonia from Domestic Diva. Her channel is filled with tons of inspiration for you guys. If you do not know who she is, I highly recommend you check her out. I do have her link down below in the description box, but also it's going to be linked down below the next person in the hop who's going to bring you Trash to Treasure, and so check that out as well. All right, for this next DIY, I am going to start with this wooden box here, and it has some sort of like French script, and it was actually carved in, so it was textured. So I'm going to take some of this wood filler and I am going to start filling it in. And I always like to kind of cake it on, you know, like a lot more than what you really need, because then what originally planned was that I was going to stencil something on top, so I wanted the top to be smooth. I later changed my mind and I'll show you what I did, but I still want to show you this process in case you ever have anything that is engraved with anything on it. You can certainly fill it in, especially if it's wood. And then once it's dry, I let it dry overnight as well, again due to the schedule that I currently had. However, it will dry in a couple of hours, and then I just sanded it down really smoothly. As I mentioned earlier, I changed my mind, so nonetheless, I wanted to show you how I did that in case you wanted to know. Now I'm going to take some of these painter sticks. These are the larger ones, the 25-gallon ones, and I'm just going to start marking so I can cut and create kind of like a frame for the top of the box. And then I took a crafting paper that I got off of a book that I got at Michael's, and I am going to cut off a piece that fits almost exactly to the box. I did leave about 1/4 of an inch on each side. And then I am going to hot glue it on top and then frame it with the pieces of painter sticks that I cut to size, and I'm going to hot glue as well as brad nail it to the box. And now it's time to paint the box white. I'm going to use a little piece of paper here just to kind of keep it clean as I am painting the edges there. And I'm going to paint the entire thing white using Rust-Oleum chalk paint and the linen white. And I'm going to give everything 2 coats. I'm going to go very carefully around the lock in the front of the box because I do want to keep it in that golden tone. And that's it for this one. It can't get any easier than this. I love the way this box turned out. So bright, so feminine, chic. I love, love, love it. It was a box, I think some sort of like maybe, I have no idea what came in it. But it was clean. It didn't have any strong smells to it. So it was perfect. And it would be awesome to keep maybe jewelry or just some cute little knickknacks in here. Friends, if you are visiting for the first time or if you're coming by from the hop, I want to welcome you. My name is Leonette and my channel is dedicated to all things DIY home decor and furniture painting. And I hope you consider subscribing and joining our family here. I also have an Instagram page out on Instagram that I post several times a day, multiple times. And I just love for it to connect with you there as well. So if you have a page of your own, check out the link down below in the description box and connect with me. I also want to let you know about a weekly DIY craft tour that my friends and I host, Heidi, Christy, and Annalie. If you have an Instagram account and you love to craft, oh my gosh, I hope you would want to join us. It's so much fun. It's not intimidating at all. You literally just post anything that you have been working on craft-wise, DIY-wise, and we give you everything that you need to post, the script to post and everything. And so if you're interested in joining that tour, leave me a comment, let me know I'm interested, and I'll have them, or have Annalie have you join a group. All right, for this next DIY, I am going to take one of these hula, it's like a luau kind of Hawaiian skirt, and it's from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to start, I taped it a little bit there to hold it in place, and I'm just going to start braiding 3 strands at a time, and I'm going to do that, and I believe I did about 8 or 9, maybe 10 strands here or there. It don't matter. So then I took this vase that I recently got also at the Goodwill, and although it is beautiful, it did have some scratches on it. You really can't tell, maybe a little bit right there. So I wanted to give it a new look. So I'm going to start to hot glue these strands, braided strands, all the way to kind of like where the white meets the yellow. So I wanted to keep kind of like the same half and half, half textured, half not, but it's going to be painted white again because I am going to have a theme here of just nice, bright, airy white theme. However, again, you can do this with any other color. I think it would look beautiful, maybe even two-toned, even an ombre look. But I just love the texture that the grass strands gave it at the bottom, and I thought it was really, really cool. Once I had everything braided, or not braided, but yeah, braided and glued, I'm going to give everything 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint and the linen white. And that's it, guys. Another easy one. The braiding part took the longest, but it's not hard. It's just braiding. But look how beautiful this vase turned out. Oh, and it's so tall, and it's just gorgeous. I really love the style of it. All right, and don't forget that this month's giveaway is an electric stapler and brad nail gun that I think would be awesome to have in your crafting stash. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is comment and, well, watch and comment. There you go. And any comments made in June of 2021 will be entered for this giveaway. All right, so for this next DIY, I am going to take this little mini stool that I got at the Goodwill. It was only $3.99, which I thought was a pretty good deal. I'm going to remove the top because we are going to reupholster that part. So first I want to clean it very well. And I noticed as I was cleaning it that a lot of like a yellowish tint was coming off of it. And it's not like the table was actually really dirty, but I was concerned that the white paint was going to get stained or bleed through. So I did decide to, here I'm tightening the legs and I'm using some wood glue to make sure they're very, very sturdy because they were kind of wobbly. So I tightened them, screwed them in really well, but I did add some wood glue on all of them. Anyways, back to the bleed through. So because it was cleaning off some yellowish kind of dirt, I was afraid that I was going to get some bleed through through the white paint. So I decided to seal everything with the polyurethane. Normally you would do this at the end, like when you to seal the paint, but I did that, and that way hopefully it'll seal in any of that original stain that it had. So while that dries, I'm going to start upholstering my top here. So I'm going to take one of these fabric squares that I get at Walmart. They come in little bundles of 5. This one has little dots in the gray, and I thought it'd be really cute to add to the stool. So I'm just going to start by stapling 2 sides, as you can see here. Once I have 2 sides stapled, then I'm going to start adding some pillow stuffing. I usually have a Walmart pillow laying around somewhere in my craft room because I use it all the time and it goes a long way. So this is normally how I upholster, but I'm sure there are many better ways to do it. I am not a professional upholsterer by any means, but it has worked for me in the past, so I'm just going to keep doing it this way. So once I have the stuffing in there, I'm then going to tighten and staple the other side, one of the sides. And then once I had that stapled, then I'm going to keep the one side open to kind of adjust the stuffing as needed so it's not lumpy on the top. And then I'm going to start stapling that one.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way. Nothing can ruin my day, no matter what anyone does or say. I smile at fools. No, I don't care, 'cause I am on my way up, and I won't stop, I won't slow down.
And as you can see, I am going staple crazy here. I stapled this thing like if somebody was going to be sitting on it. And trust me, it's a small stool, so no sitting on it. Anyways, once I had it stapled, I am going to cut off any excess fabric as neatly as I can. But we are going to cover it in a minute here. But let's go back to the stool. So now that the polyurethane is dried, I am going to give everything 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white and then let it dry. All right, so back to the top of the stool here. So this craft paper came from another book of craft paper that I get at Michael's, and I am going to cut off a piece that kind of just covers all the staples underneath. I still want that fabric to be seen, but at least this is going to cover that middle portion that looks old and dingy, and it's also going to cover all that excess or where I cut the fabric and all the staples. So I'm going to hot glue it, and I'm also going to staple it to secure it in place.
On my way up, I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way up, I won't slow down. I'm strolling down the street with all of my favorite songs on repeat. I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, and I don't care if you spill coffee.
All right, so I know the angle here is not good, but what I'm doing here is I'm marking where those hinges are, where the little holes are going to go, and then that way I know where to place them when I'm screwing in like I'm doing here. That way the top is going to be nicely even on top. So I'm just going to screw it in. I'm using newer screws that I had here, but not the ones that came with it. These are a little longer, and I think they're going to be a little sturdier. So I'm just going to screw these in, and then I decided to add a little magnet to close it because it had a lot more fabric on it now that I reupholstered it. It kind of stayed a little bit open. And so these little magnet things I get at Amazon. I do believe I have them in my Amazon store. A lot of my supplies I have in my Amazon store. So check it out it is down in the description box. So I'm going to screw it in, and then how these work is basically it has one that has a magnet, and then the other one has like the metal that will stick to the magnet. And it has these little sticky pads that you can just put on the one part there, and then you're going to stick it to the magnet, and then you're going to pull the little red part of it, and it's going to have another side that is sticky, and then you're going to close whatever it is that you're attaching it to, reopen it, and then now it's going to be sticky glued on there, and then that way you know exactly where to screw it in. It's actually pretty easy, pretty clever. I use them all the time when I flip furniture, when I have like cabinets, or if I'm building cabinet doors for shelves, and it works really, really well. With this one, it still left a little bit of a gap, but at least it wasn't open, so I really glad I used it. But look how cute this little stool turned out. Oh my gosh, my daughter kept it, but I may want it for myself for when I'm on the couch watching TV. I can put my feet on them. But anyways, this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you inspiration to take some things that maybe someone didn't want, maybe something that somebody threw away, or it's at the thrift store, whatever it may be. I hope you get some inspiration to create your own and give it new life and new look. If you are visiting for the first time, thank you for coming by. I hope you consider subscribing and joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your time. I want to thank Sonia for inviting me to be part of this hop. Don't forget to check out the next person in the hop, who is linked down below. Enjoy, have a blessed day, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye.
I won't slow down. Yeah, I know what it's like to be broken, and I know what it's like when nothing goes your way.